New Zealand is a beautiful country with a diverse culture and a thriving economy. It offers great opportunities for people who want to study, work, or settle in the country. There's a broad range of visa options available for you if you want to migrate to New Zealand. So, what are the various visa categories available? So, on a high level, there are two categories: permanent visa and second is temporary visa. Under both categories, you have work visa, business visa, investor visa, retire visa, joint family, and join your partner visa. So I'll cover few famous common types of visas, but remember, temporary visa will allow you to enter New Zealand for some period only, and you need to switch to a permanent visa category if you want to settle permanently. So if you want to know how to migrate to New Zealand, make sure to watch the video till the end. Hello guys, I'm Sarika and welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy. If you want to connect with me on other social channels like Instagram, my ID is Your Knowledge Buddy, and if you wish to book my one-to-one consultation, you can also do that from the link provided in my video description and also my pinned comment. So without any further delay, let's begin. My agenda 1 is to go through all the permanent visa categories. Agenda 2 is to go through the temporary visa categories, and agenda 3 is overall eligibility criteria for all the visas. So with the first category, which is a permanent visa category, if you want to live in New Zealand forever or for a long term, you will need a resident visa. A resident visa will entitle you to stay in New Zealand indefinitely and to work and study. So this is the visa to get PR, which means permanent residency in New Zealand. Number 1 under resident visa is skilled migrant category, SMC. This visa policy is New Zealand's most popular option for becoming a permanent resident. Eligibility criteria includes scoring 180 points as of today on a point-based system that evaluates your age, qualification, work experience, and language proficiency. The main 3 stages of the SMC process are submitting an expression of interest, selection from the pool, and invitation to apply for a resident visa. Number 2 is a business and investor visa. So, are you an entrepreneur and want to buy or establish and run your own business? Or do you want to invest your funds in New Zealand? If yes, then one of the business and investor resident visas might be the best option for you. The objective of these policies is to encourage enterprise and innovation in New Zealand. Few examples of visa categories under this is entrepreneur residence category, employees of a relocating businesses category, migrant investment categories, investor 1 category, investor 2 category, and global impact permanent resident visa category. Number 3 is a family visa. Does your partner live in New Zealand as a resident or citizen? Are you a parent of a New Zealand permanent resident or citizen? If yes, you might be able to join them in New Zealand under one of the family visa policies. The objective of this policy is to strengthen families and communities in New Zealand. There are 6 categories under this. Number 1 is partnership category. Number 2 is parent retirement category. Number 3 is parent category. Number 4 is dependent child category. Number 5 is sibling and adult child category. And the last is inter-country adoption. Now, number 4 is retirement visas. If you're planning to make the most of New Zealand's beautiful lifestyle by spending your retirement years in New Zealand, you might want to choose a retirement pathway. There are 2 dedicated retirement categories. The first is the parent category, a genuine residence category. If you have a child who is a New Zealand citizen or resident living in New Zealand and going to support your visa application, you might be able to obtain a resident visa under the parent policy. This visa will allow you to stay indefinitely. Number 2 is the temporary retirement category, an extended visitor visa. To be eligible for a temporary retirement visitor visa, you must be 66 years or older and will have to invest New Zealand dollar 750,000. In addition to the initial investment, you must also provide evidence that you have further funds equivalent to New Zealand dollar 500,000 as a settlement funds available to you. Number 5 is employees of a relocating business visa. So, are you an employee of a business that is relocating to New Zealand? If yes, you can live and work in New Zealand if you fulfill some criteria like business must be operating in New Zealand, the relocating business must have the support of New Zealand Trade and enterprise, the business must comply with New Zealand employment and immigration law. Your role must be integral to the business and you must provide a letter from CEO of the business you are relocating with. Number 6 is residence from work. If your talents are needed by New Zealand employers, you have an exceptional talent in a field of art, culture or sport, are a religious worker or are working in an area of identified occupational shortage in New Zealand, you might qualify under the residence from work category. Now, let's quickly move to Agenda 2, which is temporary visa, which means it's for limited time only. The objective of New Zealand's temporary entry visa is to facilitate the entry of genuine visitors, students, and temporary workers. Number 1 is entrepreneur work visa. The entrepreneur work visa is a category of temporary entry class visas with conditions that allow self-employment in New Zealand. Number 2 is family-based work visa. If your partner is a New Zealand citizen, resident or work visa holder, you might qualify for a work visa. The family stream enables partners of visa holders to undertake temporary employment in New Zealand. Partners of New Zealand citizens or residence class visa holders and partners of a long-term business visa holders whose ultimate intention is likely to be to apply for a residence and partners of holders of work visa. Number 3 is visitor visa. If you want to visit New Zealand for tourism, you might need a visitor visa. This is not required for some visa waiver countries. Visitors to New Zealand are limited to a maximum stay on a visitor visa of 9 months and may apply for a further 3-month visa, allowing a maximum stay of 12 months. You may stay in New Zealand for a total of no more than 9 months in 18-month period before the proposed expiry date of the visa. Number 4 is student visas. If you want to come to New Zealand to study for more than 3 months, you will need a student visa. The cost of this visa is roughly New Zealand dollar 330 and the eligibility criteria include being accepted by a New Zealand educational institute, having enough funds to support yourself while you are studying and meeting health and character requirements. Number 5 is guardian of a student visitor visa. Parents and legal guardians can visit New Zealand to live with and care for their children who are in New Zealand on a student visa. This is great as UK or other countries doesn't have such visa category. Number 6, post-study work visas. If you completed a qualification in New Zealand, you may be eligible for a visa allowing you to work for 1 to 3 years depending on the qualification. Number 7, horticulture and viticulture seasonal work visa. If you have a job offer from a recognized seasonal employer, you may be eligible for this visa allowing you to work in New Zealand's horticulture and viticulture industries. Number 8, working holiday visa. The working holiday visa is for young people aged between 18 and 30 who want to travel and work in New Zealand for up to 12 months. The cost of this visa is New Zealand dollar 245 and the eligibility criteria include being from a country that has a working holiday scheme with New Zealand, having enough funds to support yourself for the duration of your stay and not having any dependents accompanying you. Agenda 3, overall eligibility criteria. In addition to the specific eligibility criteria for each visa category, there are some general eligibility criteria that apply to most visa categories. Number 1, health. You must have a good health and not pose a risk to public health in New Zealand. Number 2, character. You must be of a good character and not have a criminal record or pose a security risk to New Zealand. Number 3, funds. You must have enough funds to support yourself and any dependents accompanying you during your stay in New Zealand. That's all for this video on how to settle in New Zealand. I hope this information has been helpful in guiding you towards your New Zealand settlement plan. If you want me to cover any of the visa categories in detail, make sure to leave your comments below. And if you're already interested to know about the most popular visa category, which is called Skilled Migrant Visa, SMC, you can already watch my detailed video. On that note, thanks for watching my video till the end and I'll see you guys soon with my next video. Till then, keep learning.